According to reports, LeBron has planned a 3-day players-only minicamp in Las Vegas ahead of the Lakers training camp that begins next week. The King did something similar 2 years ago when he led the purple and gold to a title, and the first Lakers will win it all again this year.
No, there's nothing you can do in pro sports to guarantee you an opportunity that you're going to win it all. All you can do is try to put yourself in the best situation to give you the best chance to win. I think, Skip.
You don't love this?
No, I love it. I love it. But it doesn't get, Jenny said, does it guarantee? No, it does not guarantee.
Okay.
It. All it does is.
He bubbled it, right? Did he not go bubblicious off going to Vegas?
All this is doing, Skip, is that they're going to be playing with a lot of new guys. For the most part, only AD, LeBron, Horton Tucker, and Dwight has ever played together. Where there's a 12 to 15-man roster. So that means all the other guys have never played together. So let me find out where you want the ball. Where do you like the ball? This is where I want the ball. This is how I like to get set up. There are no guarantees in sports. The only thing you can do, Skip, is work your tail off, put yourself in the best situation in sports.
This is 3 days in Vegas. It's not like he's not taking it to Des Moines for a little pre-training camp,
What difference does it make where you go? You practice. Do you have a 10-foot rim? Are you in a gymnasium that's 94 feet?
I suspect there'll be more team bonding than practicing, more partying.
Yeah.
They'll be smoking some fine cigars, right?
But we're going to get that work in.
Okay.
We're going to get that work in.
I think this is the party, the team bonding party before the work begins. The real work begins in about 4 or 5 days, right? When they go to real training camp.
Right.
Am I right?
Yeah, but they normally go to like Hawaii somewhere and train. This is Vegas, little old Vegas. Little old Vegas.
They'll take that town.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Does it?
Practice hard. That's all we do. We practice it.
I still can't figure out why LeBron, in his first year with the Lakers, did not go to Vegas.
See, I knew you were going to do that.
I wonder why. Because he was chasing Michael B. Jordan because he was more interested in Hollywood than he was in winning another championship. Am I right?
No, that's not. Well, Skip, why you do that?
Well, that's weird. He'd done it every place he'd been, in Cleveland, Miami. They'd always done this. And then he comes to L.A., and the first year he doesn't take his team on a bonding trip.
So he didn't take him. You took something from that. He did take him. You taking something from that. So how does he win? Besides winning another championship, and then you're going to say, well, he had to take AD and that.
This. I mean, this would indicate that he's serious about winning a championship.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. So every year Tom Brady won the Super Bowl, he took his receivers to throw.
I don't know that.
No, exactly. That's my point.
But he would take Edelman and Amendola to Montana, right?
Oh, that was in the documentary when he did Tom versus Time.
Okay.
Now, what happened? So what happened before that? David Patton, rest your soul, and Deion Branch and Troy Brown, were they going?
All I know is he's 7-3 in Super Bowls, and LeBron is 4-6.
He got checked
in finals.
One guy got 4 MVPs.
Really?
Regular season MVP. It means you're the best player.
Huh? Really?
13-time first-team All-NBA. Which one? You're one of the best players.
6 out of 7 Super Bowls he won with game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. Unheard of, impossible beyond LeBron's wildest imagination.
It doesn't matter if you have a game-winning drive or you win by 50.
Yep.
You walk off shots to win the series.
Please don't keep bringing up Tom Brady when we're talking about LeBron.
You brought it up. All I'm saying is that you keep trying to diminish the man. The man doing the right thing.
You brought it up. I didn't.
It can be a combination of both, right?
Have fun, LeBron.
We're not done here. Were we too quick to write off Ben Simmons in Philly? We'll tell you what Doc just said this morning. You don't want to miss it. If letting Tom Brady go was the biggest mistake in NFL history, the 44-year-old QB definitely is not slowing down. We know that by now. After his league-leading 9 passing touchdowns so far this season, he has now thrown for 154 touchdowns in his 40s. With another 14, he will have passed for more touchdowns in his 40s than he did during his 20s. Shannon, honestly, how incredible is this?
It sounds really nice, Skip. But the way QB's numbers are, Skip, this is not shocking, especially when you consider Tom Brady didn't start until he was 24 years of age. And he missed, and so when you factor that in, he started 6 seasons in his 20s. He's already in his 5th season starting in his 40s. You look at the numbers. Tom Brady in his 20s averaged 24.5 touchdowns per season. 16 guys last year threw for 25 or more touchdowns. So that just goes to show you, Skip, where the trajectory is. The offense in New England, Skip, it wasn't Brady-centric. You know that. They ran the football a lot more, and Brady was sensational. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. The guy won 3 Super Bowls in his 20s.
You're taking a little away,
Skip.
but go ahead.
Okay. So from 20, so let's get this right. So 21, he was still in college. 22, he was going to turn 23 on August the 3rd.
Yep.
So that was his first year. So he didn't become a starter until 24. And so now you only got 5 years left, Skip. So he played 6 years in his 20s. He is at 5 right now in his 40s.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying what he's doing in his 40s, we will never, ever see again. Ever see that again. Skip, think about it. Drew Brees is the next closest player in touchdowns with 57. Tom Brady's at 154.
Yep.
So there's a great chance, I believe he'll play at least, Skip, next year. I believe that'd be 23. I believe he plays 23 seasons, if that's it. He can legitimately be at 200 touchdowns. And the next closest guy will be 57. So for me, I don't believe anybody's going to touch that record, that 40-year record of 200-plus touchdowns. I don't believe that. But when you look at what he's been able to do, Skip, he's only 1 fewer year from starting than he did in his entire 20s. That's why, Skip, you say, well, he's going to throw for more touchdowns. It's a different game now than when he first got into the league. But I think the longevity is what's most important, most impressive. And he's been able to throw for this many touchdowns in his 40s. You might be able to, when it's all said and done, Skip, you might take every quarterback that was in his 40s, and Tom Brady will have thrown for more touchdowns than all of them combined.
Okay, Tom, I got your back again here on the show.
What's to have his back?
I will not let the Hall of Famer across from me disparage your achievements, even in your 20s, because let's look harder at what he did do for a run-based team in his 20s.
Okay.
And he started at age 24, as you said, and then 25, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Yes.
Okay, those are his 20 years before he turns 30.
That was 6 of those.
Okay, and when he turned 30, only when he turned 30 did he finally get his
injury,
flashiest new toy. No, he got Randy Moss. 07, right? So he finally got a superstar receiver as he turned 30, right? In August 3rd, and then going into that season, he had Randy Moss. And really, he only had him at Randy Moss levels for 1 year. And then you know the rest of the story. Okay. At age 25, in his second year of starting, he led the National Football League in touchdown passes with 28. Again, new game, new day. Okay, I got it.
28 ain't going to get you nothing now.
Okay, I got it. But he did do that. So you got to give him that he led the whole league as a sophomore starter, second-year starter.
We played them in 02. They were bad.
Bad football team?
Yeah, because they had just come off the Super. Remember, they had just come off the Super Bowl.
Yep. Okay, but he's still doing that. But then they turned it right around the next year. And even though he had only 23 touchdown passes in the regular season, he lit up the playoffs and especially the Super Bowl MVP again, because against Carolina in that game, I thought he threw a party. It was in Houston, I believe. I was there. 32 of 48, 48 passes in the Super Bowl game for 354, 354 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's pretty spectacular, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that is a 27. Well, it'd be your 26. Yeah, 6. You'd still be 26 at that point. Okay, so let's not undercut what he was capable of doing in big games for those Patriots.
Yes. But you mentioned, Skip. Think about what at 26, he only threw for 23 touchdowns.
Okay.
Last year at 42, Skip, he threw for 40.
Okay, but he comes back 28, 26, 24 touchdowns through his 20s.
Right.
Okay, that's the way the game was played at that point. Okay, I'll buy that. But the incredible part about it is, he looks to me better than ever at 44. You disagree. You think it's just talent-based. But again, I could throw other quarterbacks into that group down there, and they wouldn't do as well. He is perfection with that group. You mean
you would throw other quarterbacks down there at 40 and not do that well? Or you saying you put Patrick Mahomes or you put Aaron Rodgers down there and they wouldn't throw that many touchdowns?
I think they would do very well right now. I just don't think either one of those guys would have been able to win the Super Bowl last year by turning the whole franchise around.
I do.
And changing the face of the franchise, instilling a whole new level of confidence.
Can you imagine what Patrick Mahomes would do if his defense got him the ball for them? like Tom Brady's defense did for him that last stretch?
They did not know how to win, and I don't believe young Patrick could have taught them that. I'm talking about the Patrick Mahomes we see right now. Yep.
The Patrick Mahomes last year. If his defense could give him that, think about that, Skip. If the man just threw for 350 something.
All right. I don't see any signs of slowing down in Tom Brady. You do. You think one more year and he's done, but you've been saying that for 5 years.
But, Skip, I'm saying when we look at it and you say, well, yes, what he did, the 3 Super Bowls, but you look at the numbers, Skip, the numbers now, quarterbacks now, if you don't throw for 30 touchdowns, you really didn't have a good season.
Okay, I got it.
And I don't think, did he have a 30 touchdown season in his 20s?
Mm-mm.
And now look, he had only one less than 30 in his 40s.
Yeah, well, you know, he's doing it and he's making it look easy. And
that's all I'm trying to do, Skip. Just give you a little context.
He may have 30
LeBron,
after
though,
Sunday.
he's also trying to win another championship as he's setting up the Lakers to replicate their bubble championship run. It's coming up.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy, and I won't back down.
Other delivery